The Renaissance, a cultural rebirth. History is an endless mosaic of events, a mosaic in which every piece is shaped by human innovation, curiosity, and drive. Few periods in history sparkle as brightly as the Renaissance, a time that cast its transformative light over Europe and reshaped the course of human progress. From the 14th to the 17th century, the Renaissance broke free of medieval constraints, embracing the boundless potential of art, science, and individuality. Join us on this journey through time to explore a true cultural rebirth that continues to inspire the world today. To appreciate the brilliance of the Renaissance, we must first understand the darkness that preceded it. Medieval Europe was a world bound by feudalism, a rigid system of societal hierarchy. The church dominated daily life, serving as both the spiritual and political authority. Art and science thrived within limitations, often dictated by religious themes. But as the Byzantine Empire fell, it left behind a treasure trove of ancient Greek and Roman manuscripts. Scholars began to study these texts, finding inspiration in their rationalism and exploration of the human condition. At the same time, Europe was recovering from the Black Death, a global pandemic that realigned population structures and spurred economic changes. New wealth flowed into city-states like Florence, Venice, and Milan, where merchants and bankers, such as the powerful Medicis, sought not just fortune but legacy. Thus, the foundations for the Renaissance were laid. The Renaissance means rebirth, and it was indeed a rediscovery of classical ideals. In ancient Greece and Rome, harmony, proportion, and human achievement were at the core of their philosophy and art. Renaissance thinkers gripped these ideas tightly, fostering an intellectual revival that extended into nearly every avenue of life. This movement saw the rise of humanism, a celebration of human potential and the individual. Driven by figures like Petrarch and Erasmus, humanism placed education and rationality above dogma. Greek and Roman influences were integrated into architecture, literature, and sculpture, bringing symmetry, balance, and realism to the forefront. This was not simply imitation. It was a reinterpretation, an elevation of the old into something innovatively new. It is impossible to discuss the Renaissance without invoking its artistic giants. This period saw unparalleled creativity, fueled by both individual genius and supportive patrons like the Medici family. At its heart were names that have now become synonymous with brilliance: Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael. Leonardo da Vinci was the archetypal Renaissance man. His work spanned disciplines from painting to engineering. Pieces like The Last Supper and Mona Lisa became masterpieces of emotional depth and artistic innovation. Michelangelo brought monumental artistry to life with sculptures like David and the ethereal ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Raphael, meanwhile, painted the School of Athens, celebrating the intellectual ideals of antiquity with extraordinary precision. These artists introduced groundbreaking techniques such as the use of linear perspective, chiaroscuro, the contrast of light and dark, and a focus on human anatomy. Their ability to marry technical skill with emotional resonance resulted in works that transcended time and place. The Renaissance liberated art from mere religion and allowed it to explore the depths of human experience. Art was not the only domain where the Renaissance left its enduring mark. It was also an age of scientific inquiry. Individuals began to challenge medieval superstitions and embrace observation and experimentation, leaning into the ideals of curiosity and exploration. Galileo Galilei and Nicolaus Copernicus broke through the heavens and redefined humanity's understanding of the cosmos. The introduction of the heliocentric model, that the sun, not Earth, is the center of the solar system, shattered earlier beliefs, placing science at odds with established dogma. Galileo's advancements in astronomy, physics, and engineering solidified him as one of the greatest minds of the time. Elsewhere, advances in anatomy and medicine allowed doctors to better understand how the human body functioned. Physicians like Andreas Vesalius relied on empirical observation and dissection to produce revolutionary medical texts. Engineers built machines and tools, combining practicality with artistry, inspired by Da Vinci's sketches of mechanical marvels. The Renaissance opened humanity's eyes to new frontiers that stretched beyond Earth and into our very selves. Knowledge, once confined to the elite few, became accessible to the many during the Renaissance, thanks to a singular invention, Johannes Gutenberg's movable type printing press, developed around 1440. Before this invention, books were laboriously handwritten, their rarity and expense hindering the spread of ideas. The printing press changed that forever. This groundbreaking technology democratized access to literature, enabling the production of books on a scale previously unimaginable. Science, literature, and philosophy could spread across Europe like wildfire. The works of Dante, Petrarch, and Erasmus found readers far and wide, while revolutionary ideas, such as those in Copernicus and Martin Luther's writings, inspired intellectual revolutions. With literacy on the rise, individuals became empowered, expanding perspectives, forming opinions, and embracing curiosity. The printing press was not just an invention of ink and paper. It was an engine of change that accelerated the very essence of the Renaissance. While the word Renaissance often brings to mind images of magnificent art or gilded cathedrals, at its heart lay humanism, a philosophy that championed human dignity, education, and individuality. It challenged the medieval notion that humans were inherently flawed and insignificant, offering instead an optimistic view of human potential. Figures like Petrarch, often considered the father of humanism, emphasized the importance of studying classical texts to understand human virtue. Erasmus, another towering humanist, inspired critical thinking by questioning blindly accepted dogmas while advocating for moral integrity. This shift extended beyond intellectual circles, influencing how people lived. Education was no longer the sole domain of the clergy, but became a valued pursuit for all. Humanism also elevated the idea of citizenship, with individuals recognizing their roles in shaping not only their destinies, but also their communities. Renaissance ideals were not limited to canvas or books. They transformed the cities themselves. Urban spaces were redesigned with a focus on beauty, functionality, and the human experience. Architects such as Filippo Brunelleschi and Leon Battista Alberti incorporated classical elements like symmetry, proportion, and geometric precision into their designs. One of the most iconic achievements of Renaissance architecture is Brunelleschi's dome for the Florence Cathedral, a stunning feat of engineering and aesthetics. Drawing from the principles of ancient Rome, his dome became a symbol of the era, both grounded in history and reaching toward the skies. Cityscapes shifted to reflect humanist ideals. Public squares, sculptures, and fountains were placed to invite civic participation and communal pride. Florence, Venice, and Rome became living art galleries, testaments to what humans could achieve when beauty and intellect worked in concert. Though the Renaissance began in Italy, its influence rippled outward, reshaping Europe and the world beyond. Ideas of artistic mastery and individual potential spread to France, England, and Northern Europe. Artists such as Albrecht Dürer and writers like William Shakespeare drew inspiration from Renaissance ideals, blending them into their unique cultural contexts. The Protestant Reformation, under figures like Martin Luther, gained momentum during this time, fueled by the critical thinking and accessibility of knowledge fostered by Renaissance humanism. In turn, this laid the groundwork for movements such as the Enlightenment and the eventual scientific revolutions of the 17th and 18th centuries. But the Renaissance's influence was not merely conceptual. Its legacy leaves tangible marks. From the galleries of the Louvre to the universities scattered across the globe, Renaissance thinking is preserved. Moreover, its introspection about humanity's place in the cosmos and the value of inquiry continues to inspire scientists, artists, and philosophers. The Renaissance was a rebirth not simply of art and knowledge, but of hope and possibility. It taught us to question, to explore, and to create. From vibrant frescoes to cosmic revelations, this age of wonder left an indelible mark on humanity. Its lessons, boldness and curiosity, belief in human potential, are as relevant today as they were centuries ago. As we close this journey through the vibrant streets of Florence, the studios of Da Vinci and Michelangelo, and the halls of groundbreaking science, let us take with us the Renaissance's most enduring truth. The human spirit craves progress, beauty, and an ever deeper understanding of the world. Is it not our duty to continue that legacy? Thank you for joining this exploration of history's luminous cultural rebirth. Until we meet again, may the echoes of the Renaissance continue to ignite your curiosity and creativity.